Welcome back to Training 17 on the Youth Services website. For this training, we will be talking about how to enter assessment data into the database. So we will be working with the Assessments button, which is the fifth button down on the left-hand side. Now, as you can see, because we already entered our information prior of what our assessments were, and remember they need to read exactly as you see on this screen, we have those entered into our system, but now we have to put the data in for each of the students. Now, there are two ways that you can enter data into this system. You can enter it by the assessment name, or you can enter it by the student's name. And by the student's name, I'm going to click on here. It says enter by person. You would enter the assessment date and the participant's name, which will be a click down button because it'll have all the participants within your before school and after school program in that list. And then you would go down the list and you would enter the scores for each of their assessments. Now remember, once again, these assessments are not in our system of MAP Math 0809. Okay, those are not how we want them to read. So we would have to look for your specific assessment and make sure that you're entering it into the proper assessment. Personally, I think it's easier to enter the information individually by each of the assessments. So if we click back on the Assessments button, you will see that you can enter information by assessment. The reason I say that I believe it's easier that way is because the assessments are done at different times of the year. So you can kind of keep up on it because you can get the data, after they do the fall testing, you can get all that data and enter it right away. And then when the spring testing is done, you can enter it then. It's an easier way to keep up with the information. So if you enter it by assessment, you would just find the assessment name, which if we did MAP Math Fall 2011 and 12, we would click on that. We would do the assessment date, which in the fall it was in October 5th, we're going to say. And we would click down on the click down for our student's name, Bob Bear, and then we would enter his score, 200. Okay, and then we would save and return if we only had one student. If we have more than one student that we have to fill out, then we would save and enter another student. Okay, so it shows that I've successfully entered him, and then I can enter another student. Then once again, once you have a new assessment, you go down to the Assessments button and you would enter by assessment again, and you would find the appropriate assessment that you are looking for at that time. So if that's the state testing, then State Reading 2011-12, you would click on that and you would enter the information. Once again, that's done in April, we'll say April 3rd, we tested for the state. The participant's name was Bob Bear, and what level is he at? He is proficient. So we would save and enter another student, or if he's the only student, we would save and return. This concludes how to enter assessment information.